So we've got some fantastic mainstream products like Juke and Qashqai that are extremely successful, and we've got some very hardcore performance products like GTR. And NISMO gives us the opportunity to bring those two together. So we can take some of those key attributes from the NISMO portfolio that we see happening in Japan and elsewhere, and take it and apply them over our mainstream products using NISMO as the basis. Well, it's a great opportunity because we can take a product like the Juke and we can apply what we consider to be motorsport DNA. So we can take some of that NISMO attributes and we can apply it to the Juke. And that's just a start for us. Juke is one product out of the Nissan portfolio. I think the challenge with Juke in particular is that it's a very strong and bold product. And it's very successful. What we didn't want to do is we didn't want to change Juke. We wanted to add another layer to the design. We wanted to appeal to the customer in a different way. And that in this case was the motorsport. And we needed to take that innovation and excitement and add it into the product. We can't just add design and style over the top of the product. We needed to make sure that the design sold the ethos of the NISMO brand itself. So it had to be performance related. We couldn't compromise the design, so the upper portion of the cabin is very strong. It's a very wheel orientated design, Juke, so it blends itself very well to be a performance related product. And therefore we focused on the lower aspects of the car, focusing on the dynamic aspect, the aerodynamic performance, the cooling attributes, focusing on the dynamic benefits that we can offer to the customer. Yeah, I think this will appeal to people who want to engage in driving. It's not meant to be a stripped out motorsport product. We're taking part of that motorsport aspect from the NISMO, which is really a pure DNA, and we're taking some of that and we're able to add those ingredients and add that taste, if you like, to Juke. So we would start sketching at NDE. We will work on the design themes. We'll sketch from just little doodles all the way through to final execution sketches. We work with our Japanese counterparts. They're designing at the same time. And then in tandem, once a design theme has been selected and it's made into 3D, we're still using the clay, so we will develop in 3D over the existing car. And through a process of a few weeks, a few months, we'll hone the design into something that will resemble the very strong character that was selected in the first place. Because this is a NISMO product, it is based on performance. We do add in that dynamic development. So the aerodynamics that are focused on motorsport in Japan have had a very large input, especially on the front aspect in the lower front corners, controlling airflow. And then as we see the product develop, we'll see prototype parts come out. We'll work with Japan back at NDE, we'll work with our engineering base in the UK and with Sunderland to develop the product and make sure it comes out to the highest level that we would normally expect from our products. And normally a project like this would probably take about 18 months. To develop from real concept right through to final production. We could develop that faster depending on what skill base we need, what level of change we're making. Don't forget, with Juke NISMO we've made a significant change to the product. This is not just adding a spoiler or a diffuser. We've really looked at the product and developed the whole product from the front aspect to the rear aspect and the side aspects. I think the execution of a lot of the surfaces is not down to one person, but it's a combination of everyone's involvement. And I think it's great that this product has had a lot of passion behind it. It's had a lot of people that have enjoyed working on it and really making that link between our motorsport division and our mainstream product, and bringing that innovation into one of our core products and letting other people taste that innovation and have the opportunity to enjoy driving, which I hope NISMO will show. So on the existing Juke, all of the upper cabin is carryover, and then all of the lower portion, the area where we really need to add all of those aerodynamic and performance related benefits, those are the areas that we focused on changing. So we do have an integrated rear spoiler, and then on the front aspect, the lower portion of the front bumper, we've modified the upper grille. We've got these aerodynamic flanks that pull the surface forward. We've integrated the new technology of the daylight running light. We've got the lower diffuser and the wider grille mouth for this extra cooling and performance that we need. As we move rearwards, we've got the wheel arch extensions. The product itself, as you can see, is white, and the contrast between this area, this element being white, helps give the car more mass and exaggerates the wheel design that we're using. The wheel design itself is satin black, which gives a nice contrast to the very powerful pearlescent paint. We use a machine finish on the wheel, and this will be a part of the NISMO DNA as we move forward. The sill then, the rocker continues down the side of the vehicle, wheel arch extensions, and we run around the rear of the car with an integrated diffuser and exposed tailpipe. So the Juke NISMO interior, we focused on adding those performance aspects that you would expect from a motorsport vehicle, but we didn't want to completely strip the interior out. We still need to maintain that premium design. So we focused on areas that we feel are very motorsport orientated, but the customer will be able to participate with. So if we look at the seats, for example, the seats are much more bucket orientated. They've got the red stitching, which is the signature, running all the way through the rest of the interior, the front and the rear. We've got the NISMO branded stitching into the seat itself. The ambience in the whole interior is a much darker, much sportier feel, and much more performance related character. So we have a dark roof lining, dark A, B, C pillars. And some of the key areas which have a lot of bright work on the interior have also changed. For example, the center console is now piano black, and it helps offset the key character elements such as the NISMO badge. And then other items that we feel the customer will really benefit from, things like the steering wheel, where we're using the real Alcantara finish on the steering wheel with the red stitching still running around and the red marker in the center, so you really engage with that driving experience. And then also things like the red tachometer. So we're looking at the way you can have that engagement with the mechanical sympathy of the product as well as you're driving. So all in all, that really works for the customer to take that little bit of that NISMO performance and being able to engage with it as the customer over what already is a successful product in Juke.